Life Changing Advice, episode number 17. Am I progressing? Am I moving closer to my goal or further away from my goal? So this is something I've been really looking at the last few weeks. Is at the end of the week, probably longer than that, maybe the last few months, but at the end of every week, I'm saying on Fridays, am I closer to my goal, or am I moving backwards? Am I going in reverse? And so too often we don't think about our progress. So for example, say on Sunday or Saturday night, you say, okay, for the next week, this is what I'm going to do. And then on Friday night, you say, okay, this is the list of things that I was supposed to do. I didn't do any of these things on this list. And so when you look at it and you got a progress report for yourself on a Friday, you say, I had a week to do these things. This is what I promised to myself. So when we don't do them, we take a hit to our confidence. We stop trusting ourselves. But when we do them, we increase our confidence and we get the results that we want. So Saturday, I look at the week and I say, okay, this is what I have Monday through Friday. This is what I need to do. These are the things I have to accomplish. These are all the things I need to do for the week. And then on Friday, I say, okay, it's like giving yourself a grade. You go through the week and you say, okay, I did this, this, and this, but I missed 10 other things or 15 other things. You know, you want to be realistic, right? You want to be moving, though. You want to be making progress where you want to be. So look at the progress on Friday and say, okay, if I didn't do anything that I was supposed to do, I get an F, right? And then you have your own metrics. Okay, if I didn't do but one thing or two things, I get a D. If I did 5 things, maybe whatever it is for you, you got to measure it. The most important thing is that you're moving, you're making progress, you're doing the things you need to do. A lot of times we're not checking in with ourselves often enough. Maybe we do it once a year. Well, in a year, a lot of stuff has happened, right? We don't have time to change because we didn't check in with ourselves often enough. So to me, a week is long enough to know, did I make any progress? And it's close enough where I can make changes for the next week. But I love to reflect in December. I do. I think it's so important. November, December, I think it's important to reflect. But you got to check in with yourself more often to see, did you do what you were supposed to do? And if you didn't, what's going on? And a few weeks of not doing what you're supposed to do, you have to question, is this really what I want? And what's stopping me? What's keeping me from moving forward? What's keeping me from getting to where I want to be? What's keeping me from taking action? Is it me? What I feel about myself? Self-confidence? Do I feel like somebody else's obstacle? Is it time? You got to figure out what the problem is, and you got to figure out is something that you really want. Because if you really want something and week after week after week, you're not working towards it, you got to ask yourself a serious question. Is it something I really want? Is it what I say I want? But if you say it and don't do it, you got to say, okay, is this really true? If I say it and I don't do it, but I really want it, you got to say, okay, I've got to put this in my schedule and I've got to work this thing no matter what. I've got to show up at this time for myself every single week and do the work no matter what happens. You got to protect that time. If it's something that you really want, you got to protect the time and do what you need to do. So ask yourself, this is something that really is important. You can really see, you can get a glimpse of where you are every single week. And you can ask yourself, am I progressing? Am I moving towards my goals? Or am I moving in reverse? Am I moving backwards? Am I not getting any closer to my goals? Am I getting further? Am I doing stuff that's in absolute conflict to what I want? So think about this. Ask yourself, are you progressing or are you moving backwards?